Hey guys, welcome to the podcast. This is actually the very first podcast I've ever done, so bear with me. But I've been sitting here for the last 10 minutes wondering where the actual heck to begin. But there is no right place to begin. It's a podcast. We're just talking, we're just having fun, being besties, chit chatting the day away. There's 24 hours in a day. I got a lot of thoughts, I got a lot of time, and a lot on my mind. So I wanted to have a place where I could share share some of it, say that 10 times fast, because I have found podcasts to be immensely helpful to me. I take a lot of hot girl walks, and I must say that while I'm on them, I don't like to listen to music because I get lost in it, and I find myself, whoa, English, I don't get lost in it. I find myself getting lost in my own thoughts because there's repetition in the songs, but with podcasts, it's constantly changing, and so I'm kind of get my thoughts broken up a bit more and I don't go as crazy. Anyways, I've gotten a lot of advice out of podcasts, and I hope that maybe something I have to say can resonate with someone out there. Maybe help someone out. I don't know. Maybe, possibly, hopefully. Let me know. I hope I can be there for you. Before we begin, I want to talk about some of the things from this week that have just stuck out to me, because while I am trying to be a bit less depressed, gratitude journals aren't exactly for me, but maybe this could be. First thing I wanted to say is that the last 2 days, I am just freaking proud of myself. I don't think we give ourselves enough credit. We're not proud of ourselves enough of the time, and I am proud of myself because I've woken up early and I have been so productive. Yesterday, I had all 6 things I needed done for the day done before noon. 12 p.m. That's crazy. That's unheard of. There was a point this year where I was waking up at 2 p.m. That's ridiculous. And look at me now. Look at me starting my podcast. Look at me go. I'm so proud. I'm proud of you. Yeah. Okay, the next thing that I wanted to say is that this week I made chicken parm for the first time. It wasn't just any chicken parm though, it was chicken parm night with the Chicken Parm Tasting Club on Instagram. Everyone should follow my food blog at Inside238FM on Instagram and check out the blog for recipes, posts about podcasts, all that jazz. It was so fun though. I've never made chicken parm before, or pork parm we actually made as well. Anything fried I've never made. And when I tell you I tasted the pearly gates of heaven, I've tasted the pearly gates of heaven. I've sucked on an angel cherub's teat, and it is delicious. Another thing I'm proud of myself for is that I've been seeing a bit more progress in the gym. I've been pushing myself on the Stairmaster a little. I've been going up in weight, and it's been pretty swaggy, except for the fact that I did see my boss at the gym. She came over to me mid-set. I was looking all flabbergasted. I was like, why is she here? I'm blushing. I'm sweaty at this point, and I'm laughing. Because why is she daring to talk to me mid-set? I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know, love. Anyways, that was kind of cute. She was lifting real heavy though. I was impressed. You go, girl. Another thing is like kids just have no filter, and they will humble you so quickly, no mercy. The kids were asking me what I was doing after work one day, and I said I'm going to the gym, and one of them looks me up and down, deadpan, goes, "Are you sure?" "Yeah, sweetie, I'm sure." I couldn't help but laugh. It was hilarious, but damn, no filter. I also finished The Bell Jar this week. That was this week's read, or for the past 2 weeks, I guess. I love this book. It was a reread. I'm having my dad read it because next week, or in 2 weeks, we're going to be doing a podcast episode together on it. So get excited for that. Keep your eyes peeled. But yeah, I don't like Sylvia Plath as a racist, but as a writer, love her the most. I just think it's really cool, and I'll get into this more on the podcast, how much people from the modern day can resonate with her, even though it was like 70 years ago, it wasn't that long. It's still just, times haven't changed that much, and that is horrifying. If anyone has any good book recommendations, please let me know. I also read The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Love that. I recommend to anyone because maybe I'll do a pod episode on stuff I got out of it. We'll see. I don't know, but let's get into the main segment because I don't got a lot of time today. It's going to be a quick episode, but I hope you enjoy. I just wanted to get something out there while I had the energy for it. First thing that I want to say is to stop waiting for the perfect moment to begin whatever it is that you want to do. This podcast, for example, was something I really wanted to do. However, if I was smart and had taken this advice, this episode would have been out a year ago. I was waiting for the perfect moment, the time when I thought, oh, this episode will be perfect. Oh, blah, blah, blah will be perfect. The conditions, I'll get reach. No, you won't. Not if you're not consistent. Not if you don't actually put out the project. And I wasn't putting out anything. This goes into my main point that as we wait longer, it actually makes the quality of our final product go down. We're letting our anxiety build up. We're building up excuses. We're not putting out anything. And let's be real. The quality of your product is not going to be great at the beginning. This podcast is not what I want it to be yet. But you have to start somewhere. You have to begin working somewhere. Or else you're never going to get anything done. And I'm the first-hand example of this. I know this too well. Don't be like me. We're working on it, right? Deep breaths. Just to remind you too that rest is essential to work. Don't push yourself too hard. Allow yourself to rest and take a break when you're working. Because again, if you don't, the quality of your work, of your product, is only going to be worse. Something near and dear to my heart that I would like to share. This isn't to come for anyone. It is simply some tough love, some truth. If you're comfortable, you're not making progress. There is no progress without action, but more so, no progress without intense action, without direct action, and without thoughtful action. Action with a purpose. You have to have a plan. It's essential, or else you're not going to get anywhere, and you're only going to be disappointed and feel lost and stressed and give up. Right? Think about it this way. The muscles in the human body must quite literally be torn apart so that they can grow stronger. So we must push ourselves mentally, push ourselves past our perceived limits so that we can grow. Because each time you do it, you do a bit more, you can look back and say, you know what? I did X, so I know I can do Y. I didn't think I could do X at this point. There was a time where I thought I couldn't, but you know what? I did it. So why can't I do this either? And then your Y is going to become your X, and you're going to move on to Z. And it's a beautiful cycle. But you got to push yourself. You know, if you're struggling to eat, you got to eat those fear foods. You got to stick to your meal plan, or else you're not going to make progress. Consistency is key. And I'm going to do a whole episode on eating, body image, you know, the fun stuff, the really, really light, fun, relaxing topic. LOL. My next point is that our triggers are in part our responsibility. So it's up to us to learn how to cope. I'm going to do a whole episode on coping skills, but some of the easiest ones and the quickest ones that I can think of right now are breath work, checking the facts is an absolute favorite of mine, rational thinking, wise mind versus irrational mind. All that stuff is super helpful for me because it allows me to reset, take some breaths, and know that what I'm thinking is not the truth. Super important. Anxiety is gonna lie to you. You can't trust what's making you crazy, what's hurting you, what's punishing you. Anxiety is hurting you. Don't trust it. Faith and fear are both belief in the unknown. Anxiety is belief in the unknown, right? If you give into it. So why not choose to believe in what could go right? It's not what could go wrong, it's what could go right. All you need is a little mindset shift. All you need is to flip the switch a little, let the light go on. Next, be selfish with who you give your time to. You are an amazing, whole, funny, quality person. You're smart, you're kind, you bring so much to the table. And only people worthy of that deserve you. Only people that show you kindness, that give you the same energy back, deserve that. I'm going to talk about this more in a second, but I just want to say that when you begin to focus on yourself, when you begin to do the things that make you happy, pursue your hobbies, that is when you will truly feel happiness. Because if you are chasing the wrong people, if you're filling a void that cannot be filled by the wrong type of people, you're just going to feel like shit all the time. And this brings me to my next point, which is to stop people pleasing. Now, listen. If you ask people from my past, they will tell you that I am the absolute queen of people pleasing. But that is the old Emily, okay? That is not the real me. Because I'm not discarding how I feel anymore, and neither are you. We're no longer the yes men. We're no longer discarding how we feel. Because people can smell the bullshit. That's right. If people pleasing works, it would have worked by now. But our environments have changed since elementary school and middle school and being a little kid when we got brownie points and extra candy at night for being good and following the rules. But people pleasing is a behavior that no longer serves us. And when a behavior no longer serves us, we say, good freaking bye. A huge thing with people pleasing is that subconsciously, you will never feel cared about. Subconsciously, you're going to be living in a constant state of disappointment and feeling less than because you're not getting the same energy back that you're putting in, because no one should be expected to act the way that a people pleaser does. For example, at work, I'm volunteering to partner up with kids all the time and not having my co-counselors go. Why? Because I'm in the habit of making excuses, saying I'm fine with something that really I'm not that okay with, and I do want a break. I don't want to be playing tennis in the 90-degree heat. No way, not me. No, thank you. You understand? Ew, I hated that. I just sounded so you understand? I'm so patronizing. Whatever, okay. Anyways, we need to stop people pleasing and to expect it from others so we're not disappointed. We are bringing our entire selves to the table. We're not hiding parts of ourselves because we have opinions. We have a backbone. We're beautiful people. And the world deserves to see that. All you need from people is their consideration. If what you're asking for is too tall of an order to them, you're not asking for too much. You're asking the wrong person. So go out there and find the right people. Again, what you're asking for, unless you're a spoiled brat, is not too much. You're just asking the wrong people. Don't be a freaking Puss in Boots, you're a lion in boots. You will be happiest this way. You will be happiest in your true self. We don't shrink ourselves around here. We take up space. I'm finding the people who love and accept the real me. And you deserve to do that too. Now I got therapy coming up. And one thing that I've been working on is taking notes in therapy, because it actually helps me to remember, prep for my podcasts, and just truly solidify what I'm learning, because not only does it cost a lot, but it's valuable information that I'm letting slip through my fingers like sand. I want to hold on to all those golden nuggets, you know? I hope that something today that was said helps you breathe a bit easier, helps you improve your quality of life just a bit. You're an amazing person, and I hope you have an equally amazing day. Tune in next week for another episode of Onward, and don't forget to leave a 5-star review wherever you get podcasts.